So, apparently, there was a massive money dupe in RuneScape back in March, I believe. Are we shocked? No. Kinda. I don't know. Now, I want to start this video off by saying I don't know how true all of this is. This is all just information that I've seen passed around. There's no, like, possible 100% evidence, I suppose. There's videos, which we're going to get to. There's, like, screenshots of rares. I don't know. I don't think it's enough. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if this was true, all of it true. And I'm not saying it's not true, I'm not saying it is true, but it's an interesting topic. So we're going to talk about it. Dupes in RuneScape, not things that we're not overly surprised about anymore. They happen pretty often, I would say. In fact, apparently there's been 30 plus. So that's like across the whole time, right? Apparently. So we're going to go through it. And there's a Reddit post, and then there's a post by Ellie on Twitter, or X, I suppose. And we're gonna, we'll cover it. We'll take a look, see what we think. But it's an interesting topic, so let's take a look, shall we? Now, first of all, let's start with this, shall we? Let's start with this. In fact, I'll go show you a quick coverage of the whole thing. So you have this Reddit post that says none of the money dupe was active from March till May. That's a long ass time for a money dupe to be active, by the way. Why don't we ever hear about this, or are there lies? So, like I said, I don't know whether this is all true or not, but it's an interesting topic, so let's talk about it. Jagex will never acknowledge this, I don't think. I think that for them, their best option is to not acknowledge this, to be fair. Because if they do, then it leaves the whole thing open to, did you deal with the money? People will panic about inflation. Did they have proof that they actually did anything about it? Do we need to roll back the game? All this sort of stuff. So it's easier for them to just pretend it's not even being talked about. And they did this with like last year or the year before. There was another dupe, and it was, they didn't even acknowledge that either, as we sort of said in the video, and I covered that too. But this may not be true, so maybe they're just gonna like, who knows, right? I don't know. Anyway, we also have this here on X from Ellie, and they say we're releasing news of the largest bug abuse in RuneScape history that just happened. 6 trillion GP an hour was duped. 6 trillion GP an hour over the course of 3 months. 6 trillion, that's a lot. That's a lot of gold. When players could spawn infinite amounts of gold after the max cash update. And these names, every time there's a big bug abuse or a gold dupe, it's always the same people. Always. Like the last time I covered this as well, it was these names as well. So, you know, I guess. To be fair, I think in this Reddit post here, there's like a Q&A between them and maybe between Ellie. I think further down it says that they did a Q&A. They did like we did a Q&A with them about the dupe. Yeah, this is their response. So I'm going to assume this is Ellie's Q&A, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, let's go through this, shall we? So it says, asserting Discord hath a Q&A with the abuser. I copied the most interesting questions in my opinion. So there's more, but I don't know where they are. Probably on the Ellie Discord, maybe. I don't know. Question 1. How did you do it? For whatever reason, if you used an old account, never logged into RuneScape 3, logged into old school RuneScape and set the name, and then logged into RuneScape 3 and traded 2 billion GP or 3 billion GP exactly on the billion, not 1 billion. I don't know why. And then just withdrew 999,999,999 coins. Oops, shit, where are we going? Or any amount under 1 bill, it is be unlimited. So like it's not just exactly like all the nines, it's just any amount under 1 bill. Apparently it would just be unlimited. This is because the 1 bill coin item is different to the coins item. So what they're saying here is they have different item IDs basically. So 1 billion coins has its own specific item in terms of just coins in general, which is true. I think actually I'm pretty sure this is true, and I think there was another issue with this. I don't know how recently, but I've heard about this at some other point. Like when I read this, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. It's just there somewhere. But I think maybe they replace people's wealth with this as well, in terms of just like giving specifically billions. I don't know. Unsure why the state was bugged, but the circumstances to set up were as above. Now this is part of this blows me away a little bit, to be honest. How do you find this? Like, I get that these people probably know way more about bug abuse than I or you or many people watching this will ever know about, and how to find these things and what to look for and what to test and what to try. And they probably try many different things, especially around like big content releases, I suppose, like max cash being changed. They probably thought there's gonna be a few of these things in the game, right? But who takes an old account, who has an old account that's never logged into RuneScape 3, and then logs it into old school RuneScape, sets a name, and then logs it onto RuneScape 3 and gives it specifically 2 or 3 billion GP? Who does that? What? Even if you were looking for bugs, I guess maybe, right, there's something behind this, behind the logic of this, that makes you think like, well, if you, that's probably because of this and this and this, maybe. But to me, that's crazy. Anyway. Question 2. How long did it take until Jagex found out about the dupe and patch it? Found in March, patched in May. So they had a few months to do this. They've been doing this 6 trillion GP an hour for a few months. Now, I can only imagine that they weren't running this thing 24/7, 6 trillion, 6 trillion, 6 trillion over and over and over again, because surely that would have been some sort of flaggable crap pop up at some point a little bit sooner. I feel like they probably did this slowly a little bit, bought up some items, sold some GP, probably. I don't know, I can only imagine, right? What is your main goal? Profit for the most part, or challenge or fun? Only profit. RuneScape or finding bugs is not fun anymore. So they don't find RuneScape fun anymore. By profit, they're meaning they probably sold this for real world money. So they probably made it. If they actually did, if this is real and they got away with this and it was 6 trillion GP an hour, they probably made a good amount, like a crazy amount of money, which is insane. Question 14. Oh, okay, so this goes from question 2 all the way to question 13. 14. Did you keep the dupe low key a long period of time, or was it most of it lot duped in a week or so? I think what it's saying is, did you like slowly do it, or was it all done? We started to dupe slowly, then we went a lot very fast. I'm assuming this is what I was just saying, right? They did it slowly. They did like maybe a few bill here, maybe not a few bill, but you know, like a few hundred bill, a couple of hundred bill here. This next day they did a little bit more, bought a few things, spread them out, then was like, well, if they fix it now, they fix it now. And then they just went, right, do trillions and trillions and trillions in one day, mule it all, sell it all, and then that's probably when it got flagged up and fixed. Probably. How many dupes? There's 21 questions, man. If I can find this, we'll come back to this and I'll do the full thing. But if not, then this is all we got. How many dupes have you found in RuneScape so far? 30 plus, allegedly. 30 plus. This is what I was saying at the beginning. Apparently there's 30 dupes that they've done. This is crazy. And this is how have you found, not like overall for other people as well. That's nuts. Do you think there's more exploits with RuneScape 3 or old school RuneScape? What might the reason for free the game? What might be the reason for the game? RuneScape 3 has more content and worse devs, or QA. So definitely RuneScape 3. Old school RuneScape also has like 500 people who look for bugs. RuneScape 3 just has us really. So, I mean that's a pretty out there statement, I suppose. We do have more content, I guess, and I don't think old school has like it doesn't have max cash update, right? So this probably opened up a few bugs in the coin pouch. Do they have a coin pouch in old school? I don't think they do. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think so. But yeah, so I mean, there's definitely more things for them to work through. But yeah, so that's the most interesting questions apparently to this. If I can find more, I will pop them at the end of the video. But this is crazy to me. The fact that somebody sat down and figured this out, or was messing around and figured this out, well, however they do it, is nuts. If this is real, then holy crap. So people are saying crazy they got away for so long. The 1 billion coin is the item players got from item reclaim. So this will be true. And he's done this kind of dudes before. Jagex found the gold and removed it is the question everyone wants to know. So I feel like if Jagex is ever going to address this, or if they ever were going to address this, then they would only do so if they found the gold. Like, in my opinion, if you tracked the gold down and you got rid of all of it, or you got rid of most of it at least, and you're certain of that and you're confident with that, maybe then and only then would you come out and say, there's a gold dupe. We can confidently tell you that we removed all the gold and the players were permanently banned on these accounts. So just use a VPN, make an account. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? But the fact that they won't say anything kind of makes me think that there's no way. There's probably no way for them to find all of it at least and remove it. Maybe they found the accounts that did it and banned whatever was on them at the time, but for them to find and ban all of it, probably not going to happen. And a lot of it would have already been sold at that point anyway, so then it would go through to the players. But yeah, it got sold to the players. Accounts doing this bug may have gotten banned, but they made away with thousands of dollars worth of money. We will traded it away. Jagex won't ban people who buy gold, only the sellers. Actually, this isn't true anymore. Jagex do now ban people who buy gold. It's not just people who sell it anymore. And I actually know a couple of people who have messaged me and said, what the frick, can you help me get this to Jagex? So I bought gold and I got banned for it, but I didn't think people bought, and I'm just like, you bought gold, like, what you mean? I'm not going to send it to Jagex. You broke the rules. So you mean to message Jagex and say like, yo, this person bought gold, can you unban them? Like, no. This is crazy. So yes, they do ban people who buy gold now. Use bonds. If you're gonna buy gold, just use bonds. They're pretty crazy expensive at the moment anyway. Let's take a look at the actual bug on Ellie, right? So in here we have this. Now, one thing I will say, the video and the images are compressed clearly, I guess, or they just don't have very good recording equipment. You can't see shit. And when I upload this to YouTube again, it's probably going to get compressed again because that's how YouTube works. And you're probably going to be able to see even worse, but hopefully you can see it. I'll try and go frame by frame a little bit too. In fact, this specific image here is actually probably the best to talk about it to begin with, and then it's going to get really blurry. But you can see here on the left is player 1, and then on the right there's player 2, which will be the same person, I guess, right? This is the account that's logged into old school and never been onto RuneScape 3, and they've given it 2 billion GP. You can see there's specifically 2 billion GP here, and what they're doing is they're gonna, you can see in the chat, it says you have moved this many coins from your money pouch to the trade offer, but they're moving this money, which is less than 999 million, so less than 1 bill, right? Anything less, they're just typing random numbers, it seems, and putting it into the chat. Now you can see into the trade, so there's 31 billion GP here, 31 bill. And it says you've moved 987 mil from your money pouch to your trade offer. And they're just going to keep doing this. You're going to see that they're just spamming it in, and they're just pressing the thing, entering amounts, and it's just going up and up and up. I don't know if I can get a good screenshot. That says 35 bill, I think. It's the quality is really bad, which kind of then makes me think like, so this is the weird thing, right? To me on this here, right on this specific frame, this over here looks like it's purposely blurred on the number. Whether that doesn't match this, and I don't know, it says 35 billion here, but that number there looks incredibly just purposely blurred. I don't know, it's really weird, but it looks legit, and they're updating at the exact same time. Like, you see this update and you see that update, the numbers here stay the same. This is now unblurred again. Whether it's just crappy recording quality, very much could be, but either way, this is crazy. So this is how what they're doing basically. They just sat here in a trade, just putting money in, no problem. And then it says further down that players who duped bought up rares with their accounts, causing the price of party hats and others to double over the course of a few months. Now, you can only really assume that this is one screenshot. So if I can move my thing out of the way a little bit here. This is like one screenshot of many accounts or many banks. Probably. I doubt they're just gonna like some people will probably be like, why is there not 100 party hats? If you're making trillions an hour, why have you not got 100 of each party hat? They very likely have like 100 of these accounts that have 10 of each, right? Or something like that. Maybe not 100. I don't know how many exactly. But they're gonna have them across many different accounts, because if one gets banned, then they lose it all, and you know. But yeah, I don't know, bro. This is insane. If this is real, then this is crazy. And it's yeah, I mean, what can you do? So that's pretty much it. And how does this not get auto-detected? I would think again like this would have automatic alarms connected to gold transactions. One player suddenly getting 1 trillion GP in a day. According to the person who did the dupe, RuneScape 3 has worse Q&A and nobody who looks for bugs. There are also dupes ongoing on a lesser scale that Jagex is yet to fix. Okay, so there's apparently more dupes going on still. Oh no. That's not good. It doesn't overly surprise me if this is true, but there you go. So this is the dupe that I wanted to just quickly talk about and cover. Just over this way, I guess. I don't know, man. I hope this is fake. I don't think it is, personally, maybe. I really don't know. I really don't know, but it's an interesting topic all the same. Whenever something like this happens, I will cover it because it's interesting. It's fixed, by the way, so don't, you can't go and do this now, as otherwise I wouldn't be making this video, just so, like, before you guys are like, oh, you're encouraging it. I'm not. It's fixed. That's the only reason that it's being shared, and, you know, like, it was fixed in May, did they say? We're way past May now, guys, so it's not a problem. But this is crazy. Trillions of GP being duped. Jagex will not probably acknowledge this. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. And other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one. The next time there's a dupe, like in like 6 months or something, probably. I hope not, but either way. Right, catch you later, guys. Bye.